Hiya, I'm the cunning man, and I'm back, which is nice. So, firstly, let me address just where I've been. Um, it's a little bit of a difficult one, but there's sort of three reasons why I haven't been making videos. And the first one is quite a simple one. It's basically that I had people being a bit horrible. Well, yeah, they were just being dicks, which upset me. And I wanted to take a step back and have a think about that. Just whether or not I actually wanted to put myself out there. And, you get a lot of positive stuff when you do a little bit of the old YouTube. And people say nice things, but then there's a group of people, and you get them everywhere, that are just horrible assholes. Um, and yeah, it wasn't the fact that they were criticizing me. I'm fine with that. You can criticize me if you want. It was the fact that they were saying horrible things about my wife and about people that were appearing on the channel, and I'm a bit of a protector like that, and it annoyed me. So there's number one. Number two was it was winter, and it's very difficult to find things to do in the winter, in the vein of what I like to do, and you tend to drift into hibernation through the winter as a biker. Um, so there's number two. And number three was the major reason for restarting the channel. And so the third reason that I stopped doing the YouTube stuff is because I fell into a trap that an awful lot of people at my age fall into. And it's a lack of motivation and a lack of drive and fear. Um, Fear to go and do things and put yourself out of your comfort zone. And I talked about it in the camping video about wanting to push myself outside my comfort zone and then promptly, a couple of months later, slip back into old habits. It's very easy to do. And uh, as you can tell from the title of the video, I got a little bit lost and I stopped doing things and I became a little bit apathetic. So I've decided to come back and I've decided to change the ethos of the channel a little bit. Not the content. Content's going to stay broadly similar. Hopefully, a little bit more bikes and adventures and a little bit less sat in my car talking, because I didn't think that particularly worked very well. But yeah, I'm going to get out and go and do stuff. But the intention is to show you that you can be a middle-aged man and you can go through life-changing things that really make you question sometimes who you are and what it is you're doing and which direction you're going in. And yet you can still push yourself and drive yourself, and you can have fear and go and do it anyway. So that's the reason to restart the channel. I'm going to start doing some of that stuff, or lots of that stuff, and hopefully you'll come along with me, and hopefully it'll drive you to do things like that for yourself as well, because it is it's a difficult. Personally, I find it a difficult time in my life, because I'm not an old man by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not a young man anymore, and uh, I fear lots. I fear losing my job. I fear getting ill again. I fear going and trying something and failing. I fear being laughed at. I fear looking stupid. Yeah, all of the things that I never ever feared when I was in my 20s. In my 20s, I would do and try anything, whereas I don't these days. I play things very careful. Um, Even the thought of coming back onto YouTube was a little bit difficult. Anyway, that's enough of that. What I will say is, back to the point where people were being horrible. The new rule for the channel is if you say something horrible about me or anyone else, you get kicked off. No second chances. I'm not putting up with it. I wouldn't put up with it in real life, and I won't put up with it on here. It's my channel and it's my space, and if you don't like it, go away and find something else to watch. I'm not even going to engage with people. Don't get me wrong. If you want to say something positive, I'll talk to you all day long. And if you want to talk about the stuff around, feeling somewhat inadequate or lacking in drive or being afraid, you want to talk about that, I'll talk to you about that all day long as well in the comments, you know, and all that. If you want to say horrible things about people, bye-bye, you're gone. And that's for my own mental health as much as anything else. So what are we doing today? Because I'm not just going to sit in my office and talk. So first of all, I just want to direct you towards this thing, which is quite a large map of the UK. And that's because I want to plot out all the things that I'm doing. And once we've been doing it for a while, we will go and have a look at the board and see how much stuff we've done. So it's a scorekeeper more than anything. It's also useful for me to plan out trips and stuff like that. And I'll talk to you about that in one of the later videos. So it's a way of keeping score, and it's a way of doing some planning. And you're going to see, hopefully, a little bit more videos like this, where the introduction is set in the office and then I go off and do something. So what we're doing today is we have signed up to something called the bikes or the Bike and Brew passport, and this is it's not a new thing. It's a few years old now, but it started on the 1st of April, and it's run by Motorbiker Acts of Random Kindness, which is Mark down by there. And basically, what it is it's a book with lots and lots of different cafes and eateries and things like that, where you can go and have a coffee and get a stamp in your book. The idea being that you go around and you collect as many stamps as possible. And I think for every 5 stamps that you get a raffle ticket at the end of the year or the end of the season. And that raffle ticket, then, you know, the more places you visit, the more raffle tickets you get, so the better the chance you've got of winning. And there's lots of really cool prizes. I think they're raffling off 4 motorbikes this year as well. So if you're a biker and you fancy having a crack at this, they're £10 in participating cafes or online. And that £10 solely goes to the charity. And it's a charity around mental health and looking after people. So really, really well worth it. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go and try and get some stamps in my book, because it means that I get to go out on the bike. It means that I get to have a ride around, and it means that I get some nice coffee as well. So let's go and do that. And what I'll do is we'll go and do it, and then I'll come back at the end, and I'll tell you kind of what it was like and some of the things that happened. Because that's the other thing as well, is I'm not going to make every video filming cameras on helmets off the bike, because they're very long, and also I think a lot of people are doing that style of video. So I want to try something a little bit different. Right, suit up, get your helmet on, get on the back. I'll see you in a minute. Right, back again. Here we are at Chasman's. This is Ian. Ian owns Chasman's.
This isn't a still.
No.
It's a video.
It's a video.
No. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to make it interesting.
You're so weird.
I'm interesting. No, seriously.
Yeah. So, anyway, got my first stamp in the book from Chasman's. Make sure you get up here. Best coffee in the world. And next, I think, is Ross on Wye. See you in a bit.
Ross on Wye.
Right then, second stop of the day. Doing really well. We're now in Ross on Wye, well, just outside Ross on Wye in Pencraig, and we've stopped here. Well, I've stopped here. Was the wee nonsense. I suppose me and Betsy. We've stopped at the A40 Cafe. Okay, if you're planning on doing this Bikes and Brews thing, if you're planning on doing this Bikes and Brews thing, just be aware that this cafe is on the going into Wales side, because the sat nav took me to the other side of the road. But what a beautiful day for a ride. Absolutely gorgeous. Just 21 degrees. I'm down to a t-shirt and my jacket. I'm just having the best time today. It's just wonderful. And I know I was quick at Chasman's, and I'll let Ian have a quick thing. Sorry about the camera being turned the wrong way. Need to get back into practice. But I was quick at Chasman's because Chasman's the kind of place that you can lose hours and hours there, because you like two or three people turn up, you get chatting, then someone else comes and you get chatting to them, and you end up thinking, well, I've wasted a day. So I went in there and I had my cup of coffee and got my book stamped. But then I got the hell out of there because it's like a bit of a home from home for bikers. Turn up there, feels really comfortable, leather sofas and all the rest of it. This place, by the way, is absolutely superb. The coffee's good, the food looks amazing. I haven't eaten because I'm trying to lose a bit of weight as per. Um, but what lovely, friendly people. Definitely. I mean, even if you're not doing the bikes and brews, if you're going from England to Wales, stop here. It's absolutely cracking. So, last stop of the day, Sally's place in Malvern, and I thought everywhere was quiet because it was a Wednesday. I've turned up here, it's absolutely packed. Must be something to do with the giant sausage rolls. Anyway, that's the third stop of the day. I don't think I've got time to get anywhere else. So, 3 stamps in the first day. Really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna have my sausage roll, have my Coke, head for home, and then I will have a catch up with you when I get back to the house, and so I'll give you a breakdown of the ride. Right then, see you in a bit. Hiya. That was awesome. Oh, that was such a great day. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back. Jacket is off because it was starting to get pretty warm. What a beautiful day's weather. Oh, just incredible. Sorry, I'm very excited because I really enjoyed that. First of all, I had a bit of a look at the intro video. I apologise for that. There was a light thing going on here, so I've adjusted the lighting now. So hopefully that's gone. But yeah, that was superb. That was just so great. And I'm just going to run through. So I went to 3 different places. I went to Chasman's, I went to the A40 Cafe, and I went to Sally's place. I was going to do 4 or 5, and it turned out that I didn't have time. I had to get home. I had to go and pick the cunning wife up from work, so I didn't have a choice. I was on a time scale, but I was expecting to have time to do 4 or 5, and I just got talking to so many people. This thing is like a magic book. You go to places and people see that you're doing the bikes and brews, and they're like, "Oh, where have you been? What's your stamps?" And they show you yours, and you show them yours, and yeah. And then it's the first time I've been out anywhere for any kind of time or distance. On Betsy, on the new Royal Enfield, and that is a bike that attracts some serious attention. I've had just just members of the general public just coming up to me and just talking, and they telling me stories about when they had a bike like it in the 60s. This old timer, came up to me in Sally's place, and he must have been talking for half an hour, and he was telling me all stories about when he had a bike in the 50s and 60s. Absolutely brilliant. I wish I could have filmed him because you would have loved him. He was such a character. So yeah, what a great thing to do. If you're a biker, go and get one and go and do it. And I'm honestly, somebody needs to set one up for like people that aren't into bikes, just because yeah, that, yeah, I can't speak highly enough. So I've got my, hang on, let me find one of the pages with stamps on. This is Matt being unprepared again. Yeah, so you can see I've got some stamps and bits and pieces. So very happy. Yeah, that was fantastic. Now, I knew that I was going to put the word lost in the title of the video because I'd been feeling lost. And then in between the A40 Cafe and Sally's place, I actually physically got lost. Which was fantastic. And it feeds into that thing of challenging my fears because uh, I hate feeling out of control. I hate feeling like I'm not sure what's happening. And when you're lost, that you got nothing but that feeling. So I was riding around, and I was right in the middle of nowhere. It actually made me wish that I had my helmet cam, because it would have been good to have filmed that little bit. But I didn't take it with me. but yeah, I actually physically got lost. So I rode around for about 10 miles, and then I found myself. Not spiritually, just geographically. um, but yeah, I would recommend that to anybody. I really would. Just getting out and spending the day doing something you love and enjoy. It doesn't have to be about bikes. It's just get out, do something you love and enjoy, engage with people. And as you can tell, the only problem with the Bike and Brew passport is that I have drunk a lot of coffee. You can probably tell from my pace of speech and the fact that my eyeballs are vibrating. Um, but yes, very very enjoyable day. Um, I'm going to do a lot more of that, and I'm actually really looking forward to going and doing that stuff and getting out on my bike and getting out in my van and having some adventures. And I would really love it if you would come along with me. And in the comments, you can suggest things for me to go and try, which I would love that, because I would love to. I'd love to go and try some things that you suggest. But also the map. I'm going to use the map to do some planning. I've got a couple of ideas. Like I wanted to circumnavigate. I can't make it work. I want to circumnavigate Wales, and I'd like to do the North Coast 500. Obviously, there's a little tiny island over here that I really want to get back to as well. That's the Isle of Man. So yeah, big things coming for the channel. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's not going to be so much talking next time. This was much more about relaunching the channel and giving you a bit of an overview. But a bit more action in the next few. The next one, I think, me and the Welsh boys, Jonathan and Craig, we are going to the Kickback Motorcycle and Car Show down in Evesham. And I'm going to do some filming there because I love a good show. And yeah, so I think that's about it. If hopefully you've really enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're glad I'm back. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and give me a thumbs up. And yeah, get out and do something fun. I'll speak to you again soon. Oh! Just before I go, the Cunning Man thing, that my whole stuff around the Cunning Man and the history. Please don't worry. I'm still going to be doing that because I'm still fascinated by it. It's not just going to be off out riding around and having coffee. There's going to be purpose to the channel, and the cunning folk stuff is still very important to me. So if you subscribed because you like the cunning folk aspect of it, that is staying. I'm not changing that. And you will still see my lovely wife and Toenail Jones and all the other characters, because much like me, they're not about to give up just because it got a bit hard. Right, that's enough of that. Go out, have fun, don't drink too much coffee. See you again soon. Bye.